Oh man, you already know, man. DJ Blaze, this is great, man. Just talking about the past and everything. Man, speaking of the past, Poncho, that brings me to the Pacers and Pistons Brawl on November 19th of 2004. Now, Poncho, I remember because I definitely was in Florida at this time, that it was about 1 minute left in the fourth quarter, and Ron Artest went to shoot the ball or something, or Ben Wallace won. It was 1-2, and one of them grabbed one jerk. No, it was Ben Wallace going up for a dunk or a layup, and Ron Artest. I don't think he meant to. He grabbed the jersey of Ron Artest is middle world peace now, but he grabbed the jersey of Ben Wallace and almost slung him basically. And when Ben Wallace got up, he literally shoved Ron Artest, and Ron Artest was like, "Man, what did I do?" And Ron Artest was cool and everything, and the Pistons got on one side and the Pacers got on one side. Well, they wasn't no security. They really wasn't security or cops that secured the game at that time because back around the early 2000s, nobody. Well, they'd be fights and stuff, but like it would be an everyday thing. But the reason why you see security and cops at the ball games, especially the NBA basketball games now, is because of that fight, that brawl that took out in 2004. And like I said, Poncho, it was the Pistons and Pacers. And Ben Wallace, he went up for a dunk or a layup, and Ron Artest just grabbed his jersey, not unintentionally, but he just made sure that Ben Wallace didn't get to dunk. And Ben Wallace just reacted the way he did, and Ron Artest was playing it cool. So he went over to lay down on the table and all that. But what got Meta World Peace Ron Artest hot next was the fact that a fan threw some beer or soda at him and popcorn. And he went off. And the commentator, the announcer, I remember him saying this out of the words of his mouth because I was there on the TV set whenever he said it. He was like, his reaction was, "Oh no, Ron Artest is going up to the stands. He's going up there to the stands." And the fan was like ready for a fight. And Ron Artest, he like jabbed him, and the fan was just jabbing back and forth. And then Steven Jackson got up there to the bleachers and started fighting the fans. And the security and players finally separated the fans and Steven Jackson and Ron Artest. And then like Ron Artest and the fan was still talking. Steven Jackson was still fighting and talking. And then Jermaine O'Neal, he done like a rock people's elbow slide and just literally jabbed one of the fans. And the brawl was just crazy. You just had to see it live. It was one of those moments where you had to see it live from the beginning. But my question to you is this, Poncho. What did you think about that Pistons and Pacers brawl? Well, like you said, DJ Blazin, the Pistons and Pacers brawl was probably the most rated brawl fight in NBA history because of all the chaos and stuff that was there. And for the first time ever, you really seen fans and players go at it. And it would have been cool if Ron Artest would have just walked away and not. First of all, he shouldn't have laid. In my opinion, he shouldn't have laid on the bleachers because that gives particular fans motive to go off on you and throw something at you. And of course, when you're laying on the bleachers and if somebody throws a drink or food at you, of course you're going to react to it. And you can't help but to react to it. So, whenever that fan threw a beer or whatever you call it at him, then Ron Artest immediately reacted and just went up there and just started punching the daylights out of that fan, and the fan was going back at him. And that was a big no-no for Ron Artest to go to the stands. I mean, I don't care who you are. You have to respect your fans no matter what they do or what they say. You have to respect people, but at the same time, you can't let people go over you. And that was the message, really, that Ron Artest was sending to the fan that who threw something at him. He was like, "Okay, now you watch us to pay money. We respect you, but at the same time, you gotta respect us, and you gotta show that you're willing to not interfere in our business." And when the fan intervened, that really set the bar and changed the history of sports. Now you see security and police officers at almost every ball game, and it's just one of them brawls that you had to see live. Hey, I mean, it was great though. The brawl was. I could watch that brawl all over again if I had to, but it's just one of the best uh, fights that you'll ever see.